Hi there, welcome to today's vlog. I wasn't sure about vlogging today, mainly because, yeah, I've got a gig on tonight, but there's something far more important today, and that's the 75th anniversary of D-Day. And I've been struck watching the coverage of just how amazing these veterans are, how amazing that generation was. It's quite touching, and I posted on Instagram this morning a very intimate throwback Thursday of my grandpa, and he passed away. Where are we now? It will be 8 years ago this year. I remember 5 years ago, so on the 70th anniversary in 2014, hearing Barack Obama speak and saying he missed his grandpa on days like today. And I echo that. I really miss my grandpa on days like today. I wish I'd been able to tell him what debt of gratitude we owe to his generation. To be fair, he probably never would have taken it. I'm going to tell you more about that in a few weeks. Make sure you're subscribing so you kind of watch my special film I'm going to be making about my grandpa's steps. He didn't go in on D-Day. He never would have said, and which is probably why he was so, like so many of the men, even the men who went in, but they were so reticent to talk about it. Thankfully, Grandpa wrote down quite a bit of it before he passed away, and I'm going to go back and retrace his steps exactly 75 years ago to the day since he came ashore driving a truck as a 20-year-old in the Royal Army Ordnance Corps. There's some exciting stories. It's a lot more fast moving, covers a lot more distance than obviously the First World War videos did, and thankfully of course Grandpa made it back. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff to do, but very, very moving tributes today of, you know, kind of, as I've said in those First World War videos and I've said in other vlogs, how important it is that we keep this story alive. I said to my two children this morning at breakfast, I said it's really, really important that you remember that my dad and me have not had to go and fight in a war, unlike my grandpa and his father, and that's only through the efforts of my grandfather's generation, like forming the United Nations and all those other things and trying to keep peace, and the efforts of my father's generation as well. And the baton in a way passes on to my generation and then will pass down again to keep the memory alive. But to remember, anyway, sermon over on that. I need to get some reads sorted. I've got a gig tonight at Cambridge Modern Jazz Club. We're doing the Celebrating Blue Note, which we've done a few times before. Different band though tonight. My regular bass player and my regular drummer are away, and that's what I thought I'd talk about today, is kind of how you go about piecing a band together. Now, I'm very fortunate tonight that we're doing the Blue Note set, so hopefully most, if not all, of the musicians should know the music, because it's very, very well known music. It's great music, you know, most of it recorded in Rudy Van Gelder's parents' living room initially, but there's some amazing stuff on there. So what I need to do, because I've been teaching till now and it's now 3 p.m, is I need to find a reed. I need to get some reeds organised. I need a bit of practice. I need to get beard trimmed and shaved and ready and all ready, and then pack my gear up and get down to Cambridge for the gig. I'm really thankful it's quite a local gig, but it's a really early start. It's a 7:30 start, which for a jazz gig is far too early. Well, I've got a read. That's good news. 3 hard, D'Addario Select Jazz filed. That was working really well. You can guarantee I'll get it out of the case at the gig and split it, but going in the case now.
Okay, so can we just ask that during the performance, please make sure all mobile phones are turned off.
On the saxophone. Just remember where you heard him play first. Paul Higgs on the trumpet, ladies and gentlemen. Paul Higgs. George Double on the drums. Jose Canyon on bass. Chris Jerome on the trumpet. My name's been Dan Forshaw. Thank you very much for coming out this evening. Have a safe trip home. Good night. God bless.